All right, welcome back then, folks. Thanks to those of you who are here live. For those of you watching on the recording, good to have you here as well. We're picking up with part 5 of our Emancipation Challenge with Abraham Lincoln. You will probably also notice in the chat that I just did the announcement that we're kicking off Season 7 of Civ4 AI Survivor, and that's coming up starting in about a month. It's due to start on April the 7th. And then there's a separate video about that I'm putting online as well. So there'll be more details on that, and there's more details on that on the Sula Discord and the Sula website. Okay. Anyway, so we are trying to pick up from this game. In the last session, the most noteworthy thing was running over Wang Khan. It turned out his land wasn't really very good, but we did secure a couple more cities. There's maybe like 2 quality cities here. Troll King, Wanson, and Best Troll. These 3 are decent cities. And then we have like a couple fishing villages to go along with it. And then this horribly crushed poor city, poor excuse of a city over here. There was a quest, so we're going to try to get. There was a quest, a request to try to build the a Forbidden Palace over here, which I do think makes sense, but I'd rather build the factory first, just because building a factory will speed everything up by a lot. And then we also there was also someone noted on the last video as well, that like, you still have nothing in this city, and this city's costing you so much money in maintenance, it's probably worthwhile just to rush the courthouse here. So I think I will do that, because it'll pay for itself in like about 20 turns, and then it's all profit after that. But yeah, I do want to try to get an actual unit down there. So I'll try to take this infantry that's going to pop out of Tombstone and just shuffle it down here, so I don't have a completely undefended city. Okay. All right, so back to this. This is not going to be as long of a streaming session, and that's just because I've been talking about this on stream. We, as a group, we all just are feeling pretty lousy here. We've all gotten sick here this week, and none of us are feeling that great. So yeah, I'm kind of limited in how long I can run this. Mansa has 40% more cities than he normally does. Anyway, there's nothing too significant I need to build here, so I'm going to start putting some of these cities on wealth, and that makes a big difference. Look at that. I mean, that's 108 gold per turn just from building wealth here. Yeah, there's nothing else I really need here. I don't need the Coliseum. I have plenty of happiness. The only thing would be build more Mining Inc. executives, but I think I'm good here for the moment. So if I put just like 1 or 2, I think 2 more cities on wealth, I can pretty much just run. Well, actually, I can't run 100%, can I? I guess I can't run 100%, but enough cities on wealth, I could be at 100%. Okay, this city does not need a hospital. We should do the barracks, because we might want to train units out of here or draft units down the road. But after this, like, this is another city that can pretty much just go on wealth. What else we built? National Park? No. Ironworks? Somewhere else. Yeah, no. A number of these cities can probably go on wealth builds soon. Okay, you could use a customs house, that's for sure. Probably the most useful building you can do out of all these options. There's the courthouse, so now maintenance is a little bit more reasonable. And you're not going to build anything else, though, until we get Mining Inc. down there, which we should be able to do. This is a tile that can't be worked by any of my cities, so there's not much point. Oh, 3 infantry over here. That's right, I was bringing some infantry over. Unload, so that I'd have some actual defenders. We're over here. Okay, unload you, so that you're not freeze up this cav to stand somewhere else. Cavalry obviously don't make very good defenders. And you can come stand in here. Okay. All right, now, as for you, you can't actually get in that ship this turn. Okay. Oh, I don't have a rail. Yeah. But I can get here. Okay. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go all the way down here to Dutch Harbor and drop off that infantry there. All right. Yeah, these mining Inc. executives are definitely expensive, but oh, that's right. We have to pay them money to expand them. All right, we need to do a 0% turn. Actually, we probably don't need to do a 0%. We'll do like a 50% turn. Keep burning towards this. I forgot it costs money every time we have to expand the mining Inc. city. Which one? Under pressure? Infantry unloading from galleons. Yeah, I know, right? But I don't have oil-based ships yet because I skipped combustion for the time being since it was going to mean more unhealthiness. So I don't have oil-based ships at the moment. I was trying to push for electricity first, and then I think I was going to do refrigeration because the mall is actually a pretty good building. It just comes ridiculously late is the issue. The building itself, like has pretty good yields. All right. So Vestral finally expanded its borders, and we definitely need. Well, there's a lot of workshops here. Do we want all these workshops here? Probably, because the city has no production without its workshops, and it's going to take forever to grow cottages. So yeah, that's probably right. It has +8 food per turn, so we can just grow onto this. That's actually okay. I don't mind that. That's horrible maintenance costs at the moment. Anyway, all right. So what else? And then Wansan. This is probably okay for the moment too. Thankfully, we have this. Yeah, also need some more production, but this looks okay. We can at least to grow. Maybe we can convert these to mines or workshops once it grows a little bit. All right. So I guess the only thing for these workers to do is just build railroads, so that I have rail connections, just in case I would need them. Seems unlikely I would, but you never know. Just building. I called these in a succession game a long time ago, New Deal railroads. Like during the New Deal when the Works Progress Administration put people, like basically created fake jobs to put people to work for the sake of working. Yeah, it's when you're building railroads that don't actually serve any purpose, but it's just like work for the sake of work. So the workers have something to do. New Deal railroads. Yeah, Wonsan is still open for renaming. That's right. We should rename this. Tucson? That's pretty close, and it is in the desert. Works for me. All right, another city joins the Christian flock. Christianity is in almost every single city in the world. The only cities that don't have it right now are Hannibal's cities, and then this one Mansa city. Every other city in the world is practicing Christianity. Do you want to convert the mines to windmills at Skyrim? Where is Skyrim again? Probably yes. Probably yes, because then we can work more tiles. So probably yes. That would be a good suggestion. I think that's smart. Just so we can, as you said, just so we can work more tiles. Okay, so a lot of cities are going to be able to go on wealth builds here shortly. Plus Merc has almost done the Pentagon, and then it just needs its hospital, and then it's pretty much good too. But again, I was going to have someone keep spamming missionaries. One of these cities can. One of these cities on the west coast. All right, Under Pressure is now belatedly getting some of its buildings. Yeah, but like Calpatty, this city's good. It doesn't need anything else at the moment. I guess we do need more mining Inc. executives, though. And this is the corporate headquarters, right? Yeah, so I'll have this city be the one that builds the mining Inc. executives. Rodeo Country. And then this might be the city that does missionaries. We have a lot of overflow, don't we? Yeah, that's an awful lot of overflow. Maybe a city that's not as good can do the missionaries. They're very cheap to build at this stage of the game. We're also extremely close to finishing this. We can do research and then we'll finish the tech. All right. Yeah, I don't think I need to build anything else in here, like I said last turn, so. Do you want to do missionaries for me? You're a much weaker city. But you're actually in a good position to send them over to Hannibal if I can get a ship over there. Anyway, yeah, there's another city that's just about Yeah, I don't see anything else I need to build here. Yeah, AP's turned off. Right. No, I think that Zalsum's initial point was right. It's better to windmill them. Yeah, since we don't have anything we need to build here immediately, we might as well do that. Okay, so I have an extra ship. I have one ship that's going way far away, and then this I need this ship here is for ferrying duty back and forth. So I don't really have a third ship available to send missionaries over here to the east. Of course, I could build another missionary or another ship, because like from here, I know it's on the world wrap, but it's a pretty short galleon trip over. Yeah, let's do that. Don't I have a caravel over here too? Yeah, but caravels can only carry one unit, so as I said, it's not like galleons are expensive to build. You'll build a galleon, and then you can build some missionaries, and we'll just see if we can finish our mission of converting every city in the world to Christianity. Anyway, all right, so I did want to build some infantry here for a little bit and go from there. Chin is researching railroad. He still doesn't have rifling tech yet, which is pretty hilarious. I have research visibility on the only two I care about. So if we go back to the tech screen here for a second, yeah, he's missing rifling, and I believe that can you build machine guns without rifling? I can't remember if they're buildable with just railroad as a tech. Okay, then you do not need rifling to build machine guns. So he will have machine guns shortly, and that's going to mean no easy attack. No, I don't need to build a dry dock. I'm not trying to build a big navy here, for what that's worth. I would prefer not to be in like some massive late game confrontation with Mansa Musa. I really would prefer to avoid that if I can. All right, so how many cities still need mining ink? Again, there's no corporate indicator. It looks like every city on this continent has, but then these cities would benefit. In fact, some of these would benefit greatly. And I probably should try to get over here too. Well, we'll keep spreading it around. All right, and then meanwhile, these workers are just doing worker stuff. National Park at Power Peninsula. If it was going to be built anywhere, that would be the place for sure. Definitely that would be the spot for it. This poor city is frantically starving down because it can't work any tiles. At least we have enough units in here to suppress any flip chance. Also, look at this. It's working a spy specialist because it can't work any tiles. Very, very sad. Very sad. It's just going to starve down to size 1, and there's really nothing we can do about it. Because Mansa's culture is too strong over there. Oh, wait, we already improved that tile. All right. So, time to try to windmill these. At least with railroads, we can get over there really fast. Wait, what? Is that the workers I already moved? Oh, here we go. All right. There we go. So adds a little bit of food. And let us work in an additional tile. National Park lets you run some additional great people. Here, I'll highlight it. No unhealthiness from population. You get 1 free specialist per forest preserve. So in theory, we could forest preserve some of these and get specialists. I don't know that that's really that amazing, though. I guess Power Peninsula would be the location because there's 4 forests here. I don't know. I don't think that that's that amazing. Ooh, excuse me. It's still very congested here. I apologize for that. Could you spare this for a good reason? So you just gave me his map. He actually likes us. All right, on to electricity. I mean, we're burning through the tech tree very quickly ourselves. It's just Mansa's doing it a little bit faster because he's about to get radio. We have to at least make a play for Broadway. Oh, well, we landed the Pentagon, so that's nice. Right, it just comes too late. It's a very awkward national wonder because it comes so late in the game. You've already you've pretty much chopped all your forests. Except, like, the only reason that Power Peninsula has forests is because I settled it late in the game. So, like, unless you specifically pick out a location very early, it usually doesn't make a ton of sense. All right, well, we got the extra XP. That's really nice, especially as charismatic leaders. So now you need to do the hospital for the minimal good that'll do. And yeah, we'll go from there. We have pretty good odds to get a merchant out of here. I don't know if this is the next city that's going to produce a great person or not, but... All right, yeah, you can just keep cranking out the execs. Bank and Red Lobster. I do like that name. Here, yeah, Customs House. Probably look at all that trade route income we've got. All right. So, just out of curiosity, what is our GMP right now? I mean, we're at 2,500, but Nance is at 2,900. Certainly way ahead of him in production and food. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Ugh. Oh, okay, uranium. Is that our only source of uranium? Really? I think it is, actually. Confucianism has spread in Ulsan. Where's Ulsan? I don't even know where that is. It's not one of my cities. Oh, up here. So yeah, remember we have a shrine city over here too. Unfortunately, we still have the market grocer bank in here. So we actually have double shrines that are both quite valuable. So I'm going to try to get Confucian missionary over to like rodeo country so they can spam out more missionaries. All right, you can go over to wealth now. And we probably can make do with almost 100% research here. Now we can probably do this. I'd still be at still be making some money, just enough to pay for the corporate executives, excuse me, as they head down there. All right, so we want to windmill this as well. For now, I'm just going to leave infantry here. I can probably find something to do with them later. If I do get into a war, then I'll want to have some of them. And I have like enough cabs at the moment. I mean, you can never have enough cavalry, but they wouldn't be too useful against the units that Mansa and Chin are going to be able to field. So, like, stacking more cabs is probably not that useful at this stage of the game. And the infantry can always be upgraded to mechs later. Okay, so we've got executives, researching electricity. Electricity is going to help us because we have, well, we don't have any water mills, but we do have a decent number of windmills. It's not actually going to do that much, I don't think. Anyway, do we want to make a run at Broadway? I suspect that we do, because it's not that expensive to build in the factory era. I guess Rodeo Country can make a run at it. Like, why not, right? Or wait, do we... Oh, we researched physics. We don't have electricity yet. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking we have electricity, but no, we have physics. Anyway, in terms of our tech upgrade, so we are up biology on Mansa Musa, and that is the only tech we are up on him. He is up drama, fascism, communism, electricity, military science, combustion, and he's about to be up radio. So he also has 600 gold in the bank. So yeah. It's really combustion electricity, to be fair, because we don't care about communism, fascism, military science. Those are all optional techs that we don't care about, and we don't ever have to research. We don't ever have to research drama either. It's not required to launch the spaceship, but still, it's a lot of additional techs that he has, which is not great. As I said, we're going through the tech tree very quickly, but he's still definitely ahead, and we're not closing the gap, unfortunately. Although I do think if we can have like every city just building wealth that has all their infrastructure done, I do think that that might help, because then we can start to build research too. All right, you have basically finished everything you need. I guess we'll just do the Security Bureau for more espionage points, but that's it. We don't need anything else after that. Then you can do like a wealth build too. All right, there's the galleon. Now you're going to build me missionaries out of here. Oh, hey, levy. Did I build the levy in some of these? It would only add to two tiles, so that's not really that useful. All right, we got the Confucian missionary. Let's see if we can do the factory. And hopefully it won't take too long. At least we'll be growing onto some more production tiles. And this city is still slowly filling up its food box. All right. Oh, I need a ship over here. I have the ship on the wrong side, but that's okay. Does Mance have a lot of farms? Not really. If you want to see the bear map here, he does not. He appears to be very heavy on cottages, which is what you'd expect. So he does not have much in the way of farms at the moment. So, just as an FYI, that's a good point. All right, so since this is my only source of uranium, I believe I do want to connect this. Even though it sucks to destroy a town, I can't believe I don't have any other sources of uranium anywhere in my territory. For all my territory, yeah, that is the only source. Huh, okay. All right, well, we do need a source of this for later, so. Gotta lose that town, unfortunately. Yes, I can get mining ink over to the New World. I was spreading it down to Peninsula of Power first, but I can definitely get it over. In fact, it might make more sense to do that. Well, since I'm one-turning these, and I don't have a ship available, I'll send the next one over there. Well, isn't uranium needed for one of the spaceship parts? I believe it is. I could be wrong, but I thought one of the you needed it for one of the spaceship parts. Doesn't one of them, or one of them is double speed with uranium or something? Sorry, I can't remember. Just needed for nukes. It's fusion, not fission. Nope, not okay. Well, maybe in that case we don't need to bulldoze that town, and we can always go back to it if we need to. Worker, cancel that order. Preserve the town. The town's a much better tile anyway. Just making sure we have this connection over here. All right. So you are going to pop in there. Well, now Panamania has like too much production to do the... Yeah, now it has 100 production per turn. Well, that's fine. We'll get some missionaries. Unfortunately, you are limited in this game to each city can only build one thing per turn. You can't like overflow and build 2 missionaries in a turn, which would be nice, but it's not allowed in this game. That is a hard limit. Each city can only finish one thing in a turn. Oh, excuse me. And so that's like one of the fundamental restrictions in the gameplay. All right, aluminum and copper. Okay, thanks for checking on that. I thought you needed, maybe I'm thinking of Civ4, where you did need, I think you did need it in Civ4. Maybe I'm thinking of that. All right. Yes, this is like our best rate at the moment because I'm continuing to spread this corporation. And that's keeping some of the cities off of a wealth duty. Time to end this deal. Okay, well, we would like to get spices. 7 gold per turn. Want sheep. Okay, sure, fine. She probably connected her own source. Must have connected her own source. Okay. Okay. All right, so we still have a golden age we can launch whenever we need to. Put you on wealth, and then that'll allow us to tick up another 10% on the science slider. I mean, we're making 1,500 beakers per turn, which is not bad for this stage of the game and on this size map. And over here, I was still trying to get more. And this city's making 100 culture per turn, and it's still barely hanging on here. 4 under pressure. The name ended up being so ironic. All right. One turn the infantry as well. Maybe I'll alternate with infantry so I can not avoid wasting all that production. All right, let's have you do the espionage buildings. You don't need more health. You're good on health, for now at least. What is this? Look at this tile. Okay, let's work the scientist, please. Poor Long John Silver. All right, Edmondson Scott now needs to solve its health problem, but that's easy enough to do. The harbor, I think, will get that, right? How many clam, crab, fish, how many of those do we have? We have crabs and fish. We don't have clams, but this is still +2 health. And it gets us the extra trade routes. So that's very doable. Cathedral and under pressure. Yeah, I suppose if any city anywhere was going to build one, and we do get we might as well, right? It's a good suggestion. And we do get the Sancor benefit, so we might as well. It's not going to be as amazing as it might seem because we're already getting +200% culture there, but it won't hurt. Okay. You just can't quite make it in one turn. So it's 10 movement on the rails. Okay, you can make it to there. But you can't make it, okay. Got this one Confucian missionary. I'm like, please don't fail the dice roll to get the religion to spread, because then I have to get another one. All right. How long is this trip? Do I want to grab like 3 missionaries before setting out? Well, we're building the infantry, so let's send this guy out, and then we'll have others coming in afterwards. I mean, we're currently losing the tech race to Mansa, so he is 5 turns industrialism. We are 6 turns. Okay, so he's like slightly faster than us, which is not amazing. But we still do have a lot of cities that are scaling. So we can still get stronger, I think. We're losing. We're just taking a strategic rest along, something like that. No, we're still building and developing, so all is not lost. We can also take more proactive action if we need to. Again, the smartest thing to do would be to run over Chin's territory, but I would have done that a long time ago if I was planning on that. I'm still surprised he hasn't attacked me. I thought for sure he would have attacked me at some point in this game, and he just never has. But we could have taken this group of cabs, and we could have just run right through him. And now he's about to have machine guns, so we would need tanks to break his machine guns. That said, tanks break machine guns quite easily, but we don't have them just yet. We also do have our unique unit, Navy SEAL, which is also very good against machine guns, coming up at industrialism. So that's a thing too. But yeah, like as I can put more of these cities on wealth builds, it will help. Like we are actually pretty close to being able to run 100%. What's our demos? Yeah, I mean our demos are right there. We're like neck and neck at 100%. Our production is so far beyond anyone else's, it's like absurd. But I'm still spreading the corporation, and that costs money. The time to do that was a cab stop, correct? Correct. All right, so now back to missionaries. And look at that customs house income. Very nice. Okay. Espionage buildings are very cheap. Well, not very cheap, but cheap-ish. I also wanted to check how close I was to getting a great person, right? So Murica is going to produce the next... Oh, wait, or is Tombstone going to produce the next great person? Tombstone. Oh, Tombstone's going to produce the next great person. Okay. Well, I don't think I can stop this from producing a great person. I'm hoping that I can get a merchant from Murica, because that would open up the possibility of founding one of the like corporations, like Sid Sushi I could do, or cereal mills, one or the other. have to think about that. But we would need to get a merchant for that. So I'm hoping one of these is going to give me a merchant, one of these options, soonish. Anyway, all right, so we got another. I'm going to send you down here to Red Lobster. Oh, thanks for pinning that, Breninator. Actually, I should probably send this to Shackleton, shouldn't I? Because Shackleton would benefit the most. Then we just have to get a courthouse. Caravels can carry corporate execs, right? I believe they're treated just like missionaries. Well, if not, we'll send them to Admins and Scott if it can't hop on board that. And then we'll just have to rush a courthouse here because then the maintenance would be astronomical. But Shackleton would actually be able to build stuff. Then again, is it really worthwhile? I don't know. It might not be worthwhile. It might not be worthwhile. All right, so we're going to drop you off here. Wow, Hannibal still has... So it's a bit of a shame Hannibal's one of my friends in this game. He still has longbows for defense too. Would also be a rather soft target. All right, so I think that Troll King is the most important city over here. So I think that's the one that gets the Mining Inc. executive. All right, unload. If I only have one missionary available right now, or one corporate exec. Yeah, it went from 19 turns on the factory to 6 turns. That's a pretty big increase. Hey, there we go. Dutch Harbor. You finally got a defender, Dutch Harbor. Congratulations. Look at this city. It's wait, why is it working specialist instead of just working its water tiles? No, work the water tiles. Just keep growing. Grow until you can't work tiles anymore. It might be worth it if you could build courthouse plus custom house. Yeah, maybe. At least Dutch Harbor is no longer undefended. Okay. Why don't you come over here and also help ferry missionaries for the moment? I can always reroute you somewhere else. All right. Oh, I was unhappy because I had no military defender. Right. So out of these cities, maybe Radio Country. This is one of my best cities. So we have 90% odds to succeed on this dice roll. Oh, thank God. I really did not want to have to fail that. Okay, so you can do the missionary. Yeah, this is somewhat wasteful because we have all this overflow. We have like a tremendous amount of overflow here. Tombstone is stacking up ridiculous overflow as well. One of these cities I might try to build Broadway. All right. Yeah, you can just stay there in case you never have to defend. Which is unlikely, but you might have to. You never know. And then let's get an actual road on that tile. Not that I think we're ever going to need it, but I think I got most of the territory over here railroaded. In the event of a conflict with Mansa, we might need it. You never know. Very unlikely, but you never know. Better to have it than not have it. Oh wait, we need to railroad this tile. All right. Now Unalaska's got its own railroad. Oh, I didn't railroad these tiles. They actually get a +1 production from that. All right, let's see if electricity does anything. 1563 to 1582. Okay, not terribly significant. That's okay. So I think we go on to refrigeration because we'd like to be able to build these malls. It's more useful than any of the other options we had. The only other option would be go to radio and try to build Eiffel Tower, but and rock and roll in Cristo. But Mansa's already gotten there before us. Well, do we make a play for the wonders or do we go for the building that's actually more useful? The 20% gold was pretty nice. And +1 food. Not bad. Radio is definitely more expensive. Wow, refrigeration is pretty cheap, isn't it? All right, well, we'll try to land these wonders. I guess it's better. Radio is an expensive tech. Also unlocks bombers, too, so. All right, we got the Security Bureau, and we don't need to build anything else there. Even little Skyrim's giving us 64 gold per turn. All right, so we are going to be definitely building these missionaries. Jail, so now you need to do the Security Bureau, and then you're pretty much done. Coal plant. So now you need to salvage your health situation. Or harbor is actually even better. Wait, that city needs a courthouse very badly. I got to go back to Unalaska. Well, we do need the harbor, but 36 maintenance per turn is yeah, we need a courthouse in there. Yeah, that's right. 20% gold in the shrine cities is that's enough for me to swing it back. Excuse me. My apologies for this sniffling and sneezing. Okay, let's get you, Mining Inc. exec, over to here. And oh, I guess you're one turn away. Is there a way for me to railroad this so I can make that in one turn? Hold on. Where is the city I'm building on? Calpatty? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I just have to railroad these tiles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have to railroad these 3 tiles. Hey, workers that are just doing nothing. Come on down here and do stuff that's more useful. At least Tombstone's well defended. All right. I'm going to start with the first city. There we go. That was only like 70% odds because of how many religions were in Leptis. So that was pretty lucky. All right. Murica, you get the first missionary because Murica. That's why. No. We really do have a very well spread religion, don't we? That's why I'm like kind of surprised. It's like we have a shrine with 47 cities. That's why I've been more surprised that Nats has been able to keep up because it's like we have a very good econ setup here. I mean, I know he's financial and we're charismatic. He's financial, spiritual. We're charismatic, philosophical. So, oh, excuse me, his traits are infinitely better. But yeah, still. Well, I just consider anything that's like below a 95% is I have decent odds of losing it. 70%, odds are good. You should, be willing to take 70%, but it's nowhere near guaranteed. It's definitely not how the general public perception is like, it's always like this meme. It's like 49% equals 0%, 51% equals 100% is like how the average person tends to think about probability. And of course, it doesn't work that way. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. So we're still just moving missionaries and executives around. It's a pretty low key point in time in the game. I probably should be a bit more proactive here, but um, yeah, I just am not in the mood right now to try to launch a campaign against like Chin. He would have to be the next target because Isabella and Hannibal are my allies. I mean, Isabella is friendly with me and Hannibal's pleased. So like we're on great terms. Chin is annoyed and is the softest target and has like a billion wonders. So his cities are incredibly valuable. They're still being defended by maces and longbows at the moment. Um, so yeah, um, I'd love to bring some of these calves back home at some point to be ready to attack. But I also need to keep a lot of units stuffed into dry poverty points so that the city doesn't flip back. Anyway, I'll probably just leave this army over here and just build a new army once I can like build tanks. Have to tick this down so we can keep spreading our corporate thing with all the executives. At some point, Mining Inc. will be in all my cities. I do have it in a good portion of them already. Ooh. Excuse me. Yeah, and like I'm still paying huge maintenance over here because I don't have a courthouse yet. But like once the factories and coal plant is up and the city starts, like it's finally almost filled up its food box, and then it can start growing onto these tiles and yeah, actually finish building its infrastructure. And then this city can build mining inks for the rest of the continent once it has its coal plant and its courthouse. Um, yeah, so we'll be able to do that, and I can move some on boat as well. Like Tucson would also benefit, and actually Bestrol would really benefit because this city is the best of the. This might be the best city over on this other continent because it has the food bonuses. Anyway, would have been a good Moai city if we had been there earlier in the game. Someone stole liberal. Oh, well, I think we know who that was, judging by where it took place. Must have been Chin. Should probably move at least one infantry over here in case he would sneak attack me. Anyway, so yeah, 119 culture per turn. Can't even control its own first string tiles. Kind of ridiculous. Anyway, did we ever build the courthouse here? We did. Okay. So with that in mind, let's build the espionage buildings just so you can stop future spies from landing. The city just one turns a mining ink exec every turn. All right, and that'll put me at the limit of Christian missionaries. All right, jail, and that means security bureau. Here's another city that now needs to fix its health problems. Fortunately, Grocer will do that. Harbor's the cheapest way to do that. Aqueduct. Actually, no, Grocer is going to be slightly more expensive, but a much more useful building. All right, now that your starvation's under control, you need to build this courthouse in the worst way possible because of your corporate expenses. All right, anyway, get down here. Help me fix this route so I can get corporate execs over to the... I got another great... In this game, I've gotten all these great engineers, which have not been terribly useful. Islam is spread in Misery Bay. Interesting. Well, so much for any chance of getting Broadway. I guess I could have started that, couldn't I? Well, Manta already built it. Maybe we can use this on something like Cristo or Eiffel Tower or something. Cristo would be amazing because we're not spiritual. But Manta might build it before we can get there. In any case, though, we'll just hold this. We've got an extra great engineer. Yeah. We're definitely going to head in that direction next for our next tech. And he's about to get industrialism, and we're still chasing after. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have refrigeration. He doesn't have biology. But he's about to get industrialism, which is a very expensive tech. He's spiritual, so he tends to depart. Yeah, he has much less need for it. Okay, as I said before, let's get at least one infantry in this city. All right, you chill here. All right, and then we'll have 3 missionaries that can hop on the boat. The maximum that you're able to build on a what's a small map? Actually, I think does the number of missionaries scale with map size? I can't remember if it does or not. I can't remember if it does or if that was a complaint that it should and it doesn't. All right, Calpatty, have fun. You're another one of our best cities. It doesn't really matter where I send these missionaries. But each one increases our gold by what? Some percentage. I think we get, is it 2 gold for each missionary? Because we get 1 gold and then the market grocer bank. Well, I guess it depends on what we're running on the slider, doesn't it? Nope, you still just get 3. That's something that should have scaled with map size. Yeah, and Crystal doesn't have any production bonuses, so it is better to rush. That's correct. That would definitely be a help. Now, I don't need to flip too many civics back and forth, but you know, if I wanted to pop into theocracy just to train some units, I could do that without having to go into anarchy. And if I wanted to go to, well, I can't do state property because I'm so tied to corporations, but I could go into mercantilism if I wanted for like a brief period or something. I think I'm very tied to universal suffrage because I have so many towns. Um, anyway, so yeah, I don't think I can. Oops, nope, I just loaded that unit. Can I get this executive over? No, he's still one movement short. That's unfortunate. Got to build that one more rail link, and then that's good. So we have to do this if we want to get him on the boat. Again, not the end of the world, but does slow it down by a slight. There, oh no, there's the executive. Ah, the boat's pulling away. Okay, as suspected, it does in fact work. All right, Shackleton. I am not sure that this is actually cost effective to do this, but boom. You now have a branch of, come on, can you spread the, okay, I don't know why that's not working, but whatever. All right, I guess we'll have to wait until next turn. I don't know why that used, oh, because he loaded that turn. That's right. You can't load and unload on the same turn, though. I was trying to figure out why that didn't work. He was out of movement. Yeah. Note that moving on the Oasis ends the turn. Does eat up your movement if it's unroaded. Kind of a weird tile. All right, and yeah, I've roaded or railroaded pretty much everything over here except like a little corner. Just building railroads for the purpose of building railroads in case we would need them. Oh wait, you still had movement? Oh. Oh, you never actually built that rail. Jeez. I thought I told you to build that railroad. God farn it. You were supposed to build that railroad. Anyway. So yeah, Confucianism is being spread to a lot of cities as well. It's on this entire continent, and then now we're starting to spread here on our continent as well. We'll never adopt the religion, but yeah, I mean Christianity, we've already got. There's only a handful of cities we still need to go. I will find it amusing if I can get Christianity into every city, every single city in the entire world. Oh no, water supply was poisoned. Jeez. Oh, Chin, can you just back off, man? You poisoned the water supply. Okay, buddy. I guess we have to do we'll do the grocer then, because that's give us some extra health. How much extra, what grocer resources do we have at the moment? So we have bananas, yes, yes. We have spices, yes. We have sugar, yes. And wine. Okay, so this is +4 health. Yeah, Chin really wants to get invaded. I mean, I can build the security bureau, which helps thwart rival spies, but he's kind of asking for this. He does seem to be asking for it. I mean, I don't want to like blame the victim, but like this dude really is asking for it. All right, so now that we have the security bureau done here, so he doesn't really need anything else. I guess we build the temple for Sankor benefit, but that's it. We already have the courthouse, right? Oh yeah, it's just that expensive. Where's my wrath house? Where am I not Holy Roman Empire for the 75% cheaper? Anyway, wow, 82 production from Power Peninsula. Jeez, okay. I mean, we're almost at sustainable 100% right now. Yeah, we're almost at a sustainable 100%. Oh, look at this. We're actually #1 for a turn. Cool. Actually #1 for a turn. Yeah. So as these little, fly-speck cities continue to get developed and built up with mining ink and factories and coal plants, they do start to really contribute. And that's like our long-term hope is, yeah. All right. You guys are building railroads in the desert. Very exciting work. Fascinating. All right. So I still had to get this into Red Lobster and Admonson Scott. So how much you get down there? Oh, hey, Slash. Thanks for subscribing. And yes, hype for AI Survivor. It's coming back. The only reason I didn't run it last year is because we had a baby on the way and there was a lot of uncertainty. So I was a little more limited. Tell me what to do. Spying a city increases the chance. Yes, that's correct. It's true. But I'm not too worried about that. It's not that big of a deal. And it looks like we definitely need to keep generating a little extra income. So yeah, Best Troll is going to enjoy that. And then, you know, we need to run a turn of a little lower so we can continue to spread these. Wait, what? No, I need you to go to Tucson. What tile are you working, Troll King? You picked okay. This looks fine. Yeah, you're still at 4 food per turn, so you're still working some of your best tiles. And you can grow onto some of these. 35 base production, that's really good. Of course, the corporation's providing 20 of that, so more than half. And then you just need to get your courthouses up. Thanks for the link. Burninator also has it pinned up here at the top of the chat. Now, obviously, you guys can't see it on your screen, but you can go into the chat if you need to. All right. So this ship needs to come back here. I don't know that I need to send any more mining and missionaries over here because I think that I can get, well, actually, Misery Bay would really benefit from mining ink because it has 1 production per turn. Yeah, going from 1 production per turn to 20 per turn would be a bit of an increase. Okay, so we do need to we need to send at least 1 more over there. I'll send the next one in that direction. Yeah, you can't drive to the hospital. William's about to research rifling. Well, I definitely have the soft spot for Willem as a leader now since our son's named William. And we're going to have that railroad in place the next time. Sooner or later, I'll move these infantry somewhere. Just keep 1 turning them because it's not bad to have them. All right, where is... Oh, Shackleton already got that. Okay, so the forge will be done, and then I'll just have it build the courthouse. I'll just queue it up right now. That'll save 20 gold per turn. I'm just really amused at Shackleton. This absolute piece of garbage location. Yeah. That we managed to turn into a city. I'm still annoyed we didn't get that spot. That was just laziness of me. I didn't move a settler down there fast enough after astronomy. Definitely should have gotten that. Would have been a useful city, especially with mining ink. You know, it would have been another size 15 city. Oh well. Oh yeah, I get another special, and that's right, another specialist building. I can work a spy as opposed to a citizen. Spies are not good, but they're better than citizens, unless you really need production. All right, so we got refrigeration in. We demand you cancel. No, I can't do this. I have too many trade deals going with Mansa. I'm sorry. He's not going to like that, but I have too many deals going. So modern era, we got the modern era clock. As most people know, 5/23, May 23rd is Soren's birthday. Soren Johnson, the designer, lead designer of Civ4. That's why all the clocks say 5/23.
Tell me what you eat, and I will tell you what you
I think a number of people already knew that. All right. So now we get the ability to build our American malls. So a number of cities that are on wealth builds are going to cancel that, which means we won't be able to run quite as high of a number on the. Okay, we'll cancel our doodads, our execs for a couple turns to build malls, and let's cancel this for a turn or 2. Oh wow, you can 1 turn the mall. That's right, you have all that overflow. It is a cute Easter egg, yes. It's a nice little Easter egg. Requires a it requires grocer. I didn't know that they required a grocer. Interesting. Okay, well let's do the grocer then. Interesting. Supermarket. This is it's normally a supermarket. For America, it's the mall though, the shopping mall. The +1 food is pretty good too. I mean, it's one of those things that doesn't seem like it's that amazing, but just getting +1 food like the beret, that's the other building that has it, and obviously the Khmer beret comes infinitely earlier in the game, so you tend to see it more often. But I mean, +1 food is really nice. All right, this city has 46 maintenance per turn, so let's do a courthouse here, shall we? All right, so as I said, we will not be able to run as high of an amount on the slider because I'm going to have to cancel my wealth builds for like a turn or 2 to build these. And like, yeah, Skyrim. But a lot of these cities can 1 turn the malls, so it's not going to be like a long delay. Note that we're now losing money. Well, there goes rock and roll. So he's building all the late game Oh, he got a great engineer. Ah, crud. Well, that might go. That might be it for Christo. He's probably going to build Eiffel Tower too. Is he in any danger of winning a cultural victory? Doesn't look like it. He's behind Chin, who is still not running the slider. At least Chin is making combustion cheaper for me. He's also apparently going to go mass media. Now, mass media is a skippable tech. It is completely optional. You don't have to research this, and I probably will not, especially if he builds the UN. So we are benefiting from Mansa researching a bunch of optional techs. There's more optional text than people might think in Civ4. There's a lot of text that you do not really have to research. More than, well, like I said, more than most people think. So, yeah. I do need to get, well, so Unalaska, it only affects two. Oh, wait, no, you're right. It affects these tiles over here. You're right. It's 4 tiles. I thought it was only these 2. So I do want to add that because it does, as you said, it does good through the multipliers. But I can stick with the university for right now. It's not a big deal. Oh, and the city center. That's right, city center. Yeah, so +5 production is pretty good. All right, look at this. Look at this animation of this guy running around. Whoop! What the heck was that? Anyway, that was fun. There's some fun animations in this game sometimes. He was doing his best, yeah. All right, so this is another city that has a lot of overflow built. So that was one good thing about training all those missionaries is it did build up some overflow, so I could then one-turn the malls. So like it didn't end up being wasted. You can just hang out over here. All right. So we already converted Leptis, right? Yeah. Get off the boats then. I'm just building rails on every tile for right now. All right. Tucson, or dry poverty point. It was only size 2. Hold on, let me go back over here. It was only size 2 because it was working this tile over here, but then Carthage's culture swallowed it up. So now it can't even work that tile. The only tile it can work is this one, but even that's not enough to stop it from starving. So it's like, yeah, I guess we better give that tile back to Tucson then. So it's that city is a very, very sad sack. At least, I mean, it's not costing us much of anything. The only reason I didn't raise it is I figured Mansa would just resettle. Like if I raised it, I figured he would just resettle a city like right here, and I don't want Mansa to get another city. So that's the only reason I'm holding that otherwise completely worthless spot, just so Mansa doesn't get another city location. Oh wait, we didn't railroad this tile. Just do that just in case we're ever working that tile. All right, and then this in case we would need that desert tile. At some point we will have to connect our oil, but it's going to add unhealthiness. So, well, we don't have combustion tech, so I guess we can't connect our oil yet. The boat left without that guy. I'm gonna be I'm interested to see how the malls help us out. We're also finally getting the factory done. I feel like Troll King has been slow to develop, but like once it's actually developed, it's gonna be really good. Then we'll be able to get that coal plant, get up to 100 production per turn. Then we can just plow right through all this stuff. Like the levee is gonna be nice here because there's about 4. I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's like 6 tiles here that benefit from the levee, and then that gets doubled with the factories. So a lot of good stuff there. All right, Murica done with the mall. So actually increases the food. We have about 50-50 odds to get a merchant. And then the question is, would we want to found a corporation with the merchant? We also would be getting close to being able to do 2 more golden ages if we could get a merchant, because we could do engineer scientist, then we would have engineer merchant plus, any other type. Anyway, yeah, so we can just go back to building. I mean, like, we don't need any of this other stuff. We don't need the religious buildings at this point. At this point, a stable would be pretty worthless. I'll just go on to wealth again, 116. Now, the mall does not do anything for a wealth build. It's production modifiers that increase that. But anytime we run the slider, At a lower setting, it does. Yeah, we get the 120% from buildings. And the extra health is nice. All right, under pressure. So we could build culture here if we needed to, right? It just feels ridiculous that we can't control any of these tiles. Um, I wanted to build the security bureau though because I was getting hit with espionage nonsense here. All right, this city was doing the Confucian missionaries, so you can go back to doing that. And you can do this for right now, although you were building missionaries for me as well, I remember. And this city is basically done. Red Lobster, it's pretty much done. Wow, this city already has 30 base production before we put mining ink in here. That's pretty good. All right, Troll King finally going to get factory coal plant. Finally. We'll see about sushi. We'll see. I mean, we have to get a great merchant. It's only 50-50 odds. Then we'll have to think about it. Let's unfortunately this is going to have to be a shorter stream because I'm just not feeling great. Let's play up to this great person popping out. See if it's a merchant, and then we can think about what we want to do if it's a merchant. And then I'll have to think about what I want to do. And so that'll be then a good stopping point. Oh, I can't convert. I don't have enough money this turn. That's okay. You can just hang out there. Mining Inc. executive. At least our Shrine City is about to get the exec. 64. So yeah, that's actually, I forgot that that's going to give 20% more income, not just to the Church of the Nativity, but it gives 20% more to Mining Inc. as well. Look at this, 379 at 20%. So what are we at 100% science, just out of curiosity here? 342 at 100% science. That's pretty insane. Anyway. Yes, well, there's not much going on. Build railroads along the border, just in case we would ever get into a scrap with Isabella. Also, I think we have enough infantry. Maybe you can build, maybe Tombstone, you can build something else in here. So you actually do need a hospital pretty badly. You have so much overflow, you can easily one-turn it. And then maybe do the mall as well. Never started a mall in Piggy Bank? Where's Piggy Bank? Ah, you are correct. I missed a city, thank you. Thanks for spotting that. I did miss one. Oh, we actually have multiple execs that are waiting around because I don't have money. I don't have the money to spread. As you guys are saying, feel the power of capitalism. So we need to just run a lower amount on the slider for a turn, even though it feels bad to slow down our research. But we must spread. Well, as I said, that city has 4 religions in it already, so we have not great odds to get this religion to spread. It's only a little better than 50-50. All right. Put all these longbows in there. All right, well, we succeeded on 2 out of 3. That's about what you'd expect. I think it's like 60-ish% for those dice rolls based on what we are seeing right now. So more or less held according to the odds, roughly. We got a little more science there. I don't want to go all the way down to 0% science because then I just get like way more gold than I need. So I think this is good for the moment. As I said, we should be able to tick that back up again because a lot of cities are finishing their malls. Oh, and you should probably go back to your missionaries then, so we can start stacking them up for the next boatload. Next boatload of Christian missionaries. How many more cities do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the Mansa city down there, 10. Could I steal text from Mansa? That is a possibility. That'd be hard though. Because he has so much espionage. He has the thing that's going to make it difficult is look at this. So see the 120%? That means he has spent way more espionage on us than we've spent on him. And he's generated more espionage points throughout the game. I suspect he's been running the slider quite a bit. So it's actually going to be really hard to steal anything from him just because of that. All right, Chin has not been keeping up on the espionage. We should turn that off with him. And then let's do this. Let's get at least a minimal amount of espionage spending in Hannibal and Isabella, because we let it lapse. Well, Isabella looks like we're... Yeah, we'll do that for right now. So yeah, I can like investigate his cities and see anything I want in here. Look at all those wonders. I have like insane espionage points with Chin. He did not keep up on espionage spending, unlike the other AIs. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it wouldn't be easy, and it probably would not be cost effective because I'm behind in the espionage race with him. But otherwise, it would be a good idea. I don't think it quite fits in this context, though. All right, malls, finish. Bring me back to wealth builds. Power the economy. Hammy Hills doesn't have anything it needs, right? No, God, does not. All right, Cow Patty has been the one who's been churning out the Mining Inc. execs. All right, Mall in Skyrim, and I think that this city doesn't need anything else either now. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. You are just spreading Confucianism everywhere. Another, yep, okay. That was like the one turn where we had to run a low amount on the slider. Power Peninsula. I think you're pretty much done too now, aren't you? I think, yeah. And just like that, we're back up to 90% on the slider. Long John Silver. This city is still working on its infrastructure. This one, yeah. Because this is such a bad city. The only reason the city can build anything is because it has Mining Inc. in it. And it's got triggered income. So, yeah, we'll do the observatory. That's pretty cheap. And observatory here, yeah. Look at this city. This city's still producing 50 science per turn. All right, in Alaska, knock that out. Let's do the observatory. I'm actually getting a lot of infrastructure built here. All right, we finally got the courthouse done over here at Bestrol. Now we'll do the factory for 6 turns. Okay. I don't know why it reassigned all those tiles, but that looks okay. Been a while since we saw Mantis graphs. Yeah, good call. Just get a general sense. So GMP, is he going trending down just a little bit, and we're trending up just a little bit? Okay. Okay. It's getting a little bit narrower. Production, though, is yeah, I know. I'm aware that I can build a levee in Alaska, but I wanted to get the research buildings done first. I don't think it needs to increase its production as high of a priority. I could be wrong, but I wanted to get the research buildings done first. Food, we are well ahead. He actually declined in food. Interesting. Maybe that's when he built his factories. And we're still below him in power, but at least we're not as bad as we were before. Culture, yeah, he definitely has more culture than us. He's catching up to Chin. Look how far behind he was. He's so far. Is he so far ahead? Let's just stand back here. Is he so far ahead though? Is he? So he has out of the text we actually need to research, not optional stuff. The stuff we actually have to research. He's up combustion, industrialism, radio, and we are halfway done radio. We are up biology and refrigeration. He's not that far ahead. Yeah. So, he's ahead, but I don't think he's that far ahead. Yeah, it's true. Their population often shrinks when they industrialize. We've seen that in AI Survivor. And like this city, Misery Bay, has basically been useless up to this point. But now that it has production, it's going to be a useful city now. Okay, well, we'll see. As I said, if things get really bad, we can always look to take more action. But for the moment, I'm not super worried, at least at the moment. So we'll just spread here because it's the closest city. We've been winning those 90% dice rolls. All right, you can hang out there. And well, you guys are just building very useless railroads in the northern tundra. Were cores the right? I don't know. It's unclear, but for the thematic theme of this game, playing as America, it seemed appropriate. Windmill the Ice Hill up here. I don't think. Well, actually, yeah, because Long John Silver could. Well, yeah, that would be a better tile to work than this. That would be a one food. Yeah, it would be a better tile to work than that. So I'll try to do that with the workers next time I have them. All right, and it looks like we've just about done what we can over here. Similarly, these workers down here are pretty much improved what they can. Micro hacks. Yeah, I mean, we're coming along at a pretty good rate. Demographically, we've actually overtaken Mansa, right? Like this is high. He's definitely rival best, so we've definitely pulled ahead. Our best opportunity for expansion remains Chin, who is still fielding longbows and maces in his cities. Um, I will say that if he is still fielding longbow and maces after we have industrialism, I will have to give serious thought to just running through his cities because at some point, like at some point, it's just too tempting to pass up. Even if he had, I mean, like rifles don't stop tanks either. Rifles do not stop tanks. That's like a cav versus longbow matchup. But yeah, his power is pretty sad. Anyway, so we're about to get this great person, right? Two more turns. Two more turns. Still hoping it's going to be the merchant. It's basically 50% merchant and then 50% some other things. Also, I think we've almost spread mining ink to all of our cities. Like it's been very costly doing this, but like now that we have the mining ink spread to almost all the cities, we just get to reap the benefits, which is really nice. All right. So, are there other units I want to build? Well, I wouldn't mind building. Well, I'd like to build some more advanced planes, but I would need flight for that, wouldn't I? Okay. Yeah, I need flight to build bombers. I 100% want some bombers, but airships, I don't think I really want. I mean, they're not terrible, but I think I'd rather build some additional infantry for right now. I am starting to hit the cap on how many infantry I really need. I just don't really. I need to unlock. Maybe I'll research flight next so I can build some planes. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. Bombers would be quite nice if I needed to go on offensive warfare. All right, you're still just cranking out these missionaries because why not? All right, since you finished the mall, I think that's everything you need to build at Red Lobster. Love that name. All right, so yeah, you can just go on to wealth too. Tucson to your coal plant. Also, now that the workers have mostly finished railroading my territory, obviously they haven't railroaded everything, but they've gotten a lot of it done. We'll be able to speed up the turns a little bit too. It's less moving workers around doing nothing. All right, one more turn and then you're off with your next missionary delivery. Oh yeah, Navy SEALs. Yeah. That's right. I have Navy SEALs to build too. I wouldn't mind building a few of them. They're actually really nice because they get a March promotion. They automatically heal every turn. But the big weakness is they only one movement tile. So they're good off ships, obviously, because they have amphibious. But tanks are better. But sail over here and land. Oh wow! Apparently that's his main stack is over here. What an odd place to put it. Maybe I should put an infantry and Long John Silvers too. You know what? Let's just do that while I'm thinking about it. I've got a warrior and a longbow. Let's actually delete the warrior. It's just costing us maintenance at this point. Yeah. Sorry, warrior, but I don't need you there. And I'm not going to pay to upgrade when I can build one turn infantry without any trouble. Horse archers and airships, yeah. No, Chin's not running the slider. That's why I've been maintaining research visibility on him, because I've been waiting to see if he turns the slider on, and he hasn't done it. So, yeah, I was expecting him to, and he just hasn't. So we'll convert MacArthur, and then that's every city I care about. I'm not going to put mining ink in dry poverty plays. That is not worth it. What a poor city. So yeah, we pretty much got the um, have that spread everywhere that we would want it.
No problem.
Horse archers and airships. So how many cities have Confucianism now? Just FYI, 35. We have a 35 religion, and I think we had 49 at Calpatty. 49, and then 72 income from Mining Inc. This is quite a city over here. quite a city over there. No, we're never going to be able to flip this back. So here, let me. It's just too much culture. We can't. We're never going to be able to do enough to flip that back. That is just a dead city unless we. The only way this city could ever be useful is if we went to war with Mansa. Otherwise, it's not happening. Um, oh, we were going to windmill the tile up here. I should have done that with the other guys because that's a much better unit or a much better tile. Let me show with the culture points here. Okay, so we'll put this. Oh, we're already in debug mode. So if I highlight the tile, so I'm in debug mode here. So look at the culture here. We have 286 culture. Manta has 2207. Over here, it's the same thing. So he has 10 times as much culture as us. Now, maybe with Mining Inc. and building culture, we could get up to 100 culture per turn, but it would be tough to do. How much is he increasing by? 2207 to, well, I'll try to remember that. 2207 to something. All right, so we got the security bureau done here. I guess you can just continue knocking out other stuff. Excuse me. Now, would we want to do ironworks here? We're already one-turning everything, so probably not. Probably not. Could do West Point though. Honestly, this is a good time to do West Point, just because right now we kind of don't have like a good unit we want to build. So this is a great time to knock out West Point and get the extra XP on the units that we do build. Also, I think this would be a good ironworks city because it actually has enough health that it wouldn't be like crushed by ironworks, and it has very good production. It has that 55 base production. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. This is what I should have been doing. I'm going to alternate missionary and then ironworks, and that way the overflow from the missionaries is not getting wasted. I should have done that sooner. Should have spotted that move sooner, because there is a limit to how much overflow you can get. You can only double the production from overflow. I've actually been wasting quite a bit of overflow here. So we'll just go missionary, ironworks, and that way we won't be wasting all that overflow, and we'll be able to build something useful here. It does make sense to put West Point in a city with great generals, but it makes even more sense to put it in the heroic epic city, which is always going to be building military units no matter what the whole game. So great point. But it makes, as I said, it makes even more sense to build it in our heroic epic city. All right, so what else do we want here? Well, first of all, let's replace those specialists with better specialists. Let's do the harbor. Increase our trade route income. Troll King, get that courthouse, which is very badly needed. And can we actually go? All right, we can actually go 100% science right now. No, it's another great engineer. Why so many great engineers? Well, we have 3 great engineers. Have you considered swapping to merchants everywhere since you get 120% wealth? I'm not sure I'm following. Swapping to merchants everywhere. Oh, instead of like the, we could also save for great. I mean, we're gonna have a bunch of these, so we'll have extra ones. But yeah, Christo, maybe one for Christo, save for one for a golden. I mean, we need 2 for golden ages, right? But yeah, we should be able to get Christo with the great engineer. Actually, let's play one more turn and see if we can land Christo, just for the usefulness of the civic swaps. But yeah, we're burning at 100% research right now with these wealth builds, and I mean that's not shabby. I know, right? Normally, great engineers are very rare. They were deliberately made hard to get in the early game so that you couldn't just rush all the wonders with great engineers. And how many? I don't know that I really need to spread this to too many more cities. We've got Edmondson Scott needs it. And then it's like, do we send it to Dutch Harbor? I don't know if it's even worthwhile to spread this to Dutch. I guess it is. So it can actually build things. That's about it. Almost all my cities have this by now. We spread this almost everywhere. There's also the question of, do we spread it to a rival AI? I think the answer to that is no. I think the answer to that is no, but that is a possibility. Anyway, all right. So next ship heading out, delivering the missionaries. First take Chin cities, then spread them there. All right. I mean, we can always research part of industrialism, but that would be a very poor use of this. I suspect that 2 of these will be used on Golden Ages, probably. We just have to not get any more engineers. It is funny though; they're normally the most desirable great person, but I didn't have that high odds to get a great engineer either. I only had, well, I can't see the odds right now. I think I only had about 10% odds to get the. Well, no, I think I had like, I think it was 50% for the merchant and like 20% for the engineer, and then like trace amounts of the other ones. Yeah, we always can use Space Elevator too, which is something we would want to buy. It's a little bit further down the road. He's researching artillery, which will probably follow him there. I have to decide what tech I want to go for next. I have to think about it. We need combustion for. We probably need to do combustion for oil. Let's be honest. I kind of need oil to do basically anything in the modern era. So we'll probably have to go there next. But yeah, he was researching artillery. Artillery is a fairly cheap tech. But it's probably combustion next. And then we'll go from there. And soon we'll be at the point where we can start putting cities on beakers as opposed to wealth. Actually, I have a lot of tiles here. I haven't railroaded in like the core of my territory. All right, well, that was disappointing. Spellevator. Artillery not needed for spaceship. Is that true? I think you're right. I think it is actually optional. Because I think you can just take the flight path instead, and flight is required, if I remember correctly. Or is flight not needed? One of those two is not needed, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we'll have to think. Definitely have to think about how we want to advance through the tech tree in this game, Apollo program, because we want to get the labs early on, right? Like you definitely want to get the labs soon because they help you. They give you another 25% beakers. It's one or the other. Yeah. Well, if it's one or the other, flight is way better. So yeah. So we may end up skipping artillery as well, even though flight is a very expensive tech because there's no prereq bonus for researching it. But we don't want to go the whole game with no flight because air units are pretty awesome. And if we do go to war with Chin, we're going to want bombers. You can maybe even pay. I know, we might even be able to paradrop on him. Jeez. All right, last turn we're going to do today. So we're going to see if we can get Christo here with one of these great engineers. So where are we going to? I think it's combustion next. I think we need to go for combustion because we need oil to do things in the modern era. Otherwise, we can't do anything. Mining ink. Let me just queue this up for right now, but I'm not actually sure if we need this last mining ink executive. I think we might have. I think that one might be. We might have all the ones that we need. Well, actually, do I even need the bank? Let's do the custom house. If we're running 100% on the slider, the bank is not that useful. All right, since you guys asked for it, now we'll do the levy in Unalaska. Troll King finally. Oh, it's celebrating We Love the King Day. Nice. That's 2 turns of no maintenance. All right, so let's do the levy because that'll help boost production further. And yeah, and then we'll see what else we can add in here. It still has a fair amount of basic infrastructure to knock out because it was a captured city. All right, now you have actual production. I want you to do the courthouse because you've got these huge costs. And then I just want you to grow on a bunch of water tiles. Okay, this city here, this is a pretty good, oh, same thing. Courthouse, finally paying off our maintenance costs for building all these. corporate headquarters. Look at this, 1800 up to 1800 beakers. We are now decisively ahead of Mansa, at least as far as GNP is concerned. I don't know if that is actually reflected in beakers though, but it says that we're ahead of him. Certainly in production, but that's a pretty big lead there. So that's pretty good. Eiffel Tower is still available too. I think I value Christo a little bit higher. Let's just take a quick look. I mean, we can try to build both of them. I'll certainly make the attempt at both of them. So between the two wonders, this one's free broadcast tower in every city. Wait, I can build this, right? Why is it not showing up in my cities? Hold on. Was I just looking in the wrong place? Where is it on the interface? Because I see Eiffel Tower, but I don't see Christo. Let me look in a different city then. Why is Christo not popping up on the interface? What am I missing here? Is it already gone? Did he already build it? Oh, he already built it. Wow. I guess we all missed that. No, I'm not building it. He already built it. 1795. He built it. Oh, you know what he did? He must have rushed it with that great engineer immediately. He must have built it with that great engineer right away. Yeah, so I guess it's Eiffel Tower. We certainly have an excessive amount of all of these. Excuse me, we certainly have an excessive amount of great engineers, so we can just 820. Will that finish it instantly? I don't think we have quite enough with this. So we'll wait one turn and then we wait one turn and then rush it on the second turn. It's not because we don't want to burn the great engineer unless it's guaranteed. Although we might be able to knock it out here because I believe you get more production based on the size of the city. Hold on. So here we get, we'll just move this over here for a second. We have multiple great engineers, so we can move them around. 860. No, it's not. It's not enough that we'd be able to one turn it. It's not sufficient. Okay. So you can head back there. All right. So we do need to take one extra turn. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get it next turn. Or if we don't get it, then it's not the end of the world. But it would be nice to have the extra culture, and that way we don't have to build the broadcast towers. All right, this guy. So we have every city on this continent has mining ink. We have someone going to Edmondson Scott. So the only place we need to go then is Dutch Harbor. And we have a ship down here that can do that. This ship right here. So I'm going to move you right here. Have you here. And yeah, that'll be all of our cities with our corporation.
Your orders.
Been a big game for missionaries and corporate executives. Big game for them. Yeah, 500 timers plus 20 for each size. Yeah. That sounds right. So we don't need another corporate exec. We're done. We've already spread this everywhere that we can. So you can go on wealth then. Yeah, you can go on wealth. Okay. I'll just keep churning along. We can actually start putting cities on research because once we're done spreading corporate execs, we won't need to be running a positive on the slider. We can start just running gold neutral on the slider. So our economy really has definitely kicked into gear in this session. It would have been nice if we could have gotten another corporation here, but we got another dice roll, and what's coming up next? Cow Patty is the next one to roll. So what do we got here? Well, maybe we can roll more merchants. Maybe we set that to doing more merchants. Hopefully we don't roll another engineer. Or build a buffer for when you start building. Yeah, I mean, but that's far enough down the road that I'm not too concerned about it just yet. Fair enough, but we're not building spaceship parts for a little while yet. And I think we have one more campaign in us against Chen, who has finally built at least a couple of machine guns, but still has very little. All right, so this is where we're going to stop for this session, just because I am getting a little bit tired and still not feeling great. I do feel like definitely got a lot done. I know it was like not, it was like a very chill session, not much going on. Um, from like a military perspective, but I do feel like the economy developed really well, and we're starting to show the fruits of having mining ink in all of these cities. It's really definitely starting to pay off. So I think for the next stream, we're going to get combustion, we're going to get flight, we're going to get industrialism, and then we're going to build some tanks, and we're going to build some bombers, and we're finally going to pay this guy back for poisoning our water supply. So I think that's the plan for next time. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Hope your weekend is off to a great start, and I'll see you guys again soon. Take care, folks.